Hmm.
I don't think they do anything until they're ready to do it. And they really stick to the exact time and date to begin something, something horrible, and the exact time and date to end something.
This is what I wanted to ask you. From your knowledge and which is so extensive and perspective, how was the power hijacked on our realm?
Oh, immediately. Immediately. If Jesus was real, then the day he died, they started to hijack him. So if you come to this world with some truth and you stick your head up far enough to be heard without getting it shot off, they will come and chop away at your science and your philosophy immediately.
Could you
So
find
the
could you find
hijackers are always here. Eh?
I'm sorry, could you find a particular moment when this happened, and was there a time before that happened?
They're constantly on the lookout for a truther. And when one pops up, they have a system in place to take him down.
My
Did you get that?
Yeah, no, this makes sense. But my question is basically,
Have I
was
personal experience? Yes.
really
Yes. Yes. I was very close to, like I said, the greatest authority on these subjects in this world. And I can see how others are trying to chip away to break it down immediately. Well, I won't go into too much more
no,
detail on that.
I understand. I understand. I don't want you to. Yeah, but my question basically was, do you think that this, I don't know, external or internal force that we've been going against, have they always been here, or was it a time period when they appeared, or and why did they appear, and where did they appear from? Like, that's
Whoa.
my question.
Well, there's a current mob here. And then there were mobs here in the 1800s. And then we've appeared to have, even though we've had some terrible wars in between, long periods of peace in between, but being squeezed at the same time.
Hmm.
I don't think they do anything until they're ready to do it. And they really stick to the exact time and date to begin something, something horrible, and the exact time and date to end something.
Do you think it's some
And
sort of a ritual?
oh yeah, yeah, and they are watching everything astrologically and astronomically,
Mhm.
before they make their move, knowing when their move is made and when they have to stop. And that's everything from from the big disease we just had to all the wars that we've had.
What?
You don't want to fucking invade your neighbor with Scorpio in Uranus, yeah?
Mhm.
But they make sure that they're astrologically set up for their sojourn here. And I don't know about history before that. It looks to me like there was a time of no conflict for all the wonderful cities of the world to have been built. It couldn't have been done during a time of pestilence or famine or disease or anything like that. So I think they do. They come along and wage war, take over, run the show until they run out of steam.
Hmm.
And I think we've come to one of those points in time.
I think so also. So my question is, do you think that they are from somewhere externally? Do you think that they, I mean, they obviously invaded us internally, but do you think that they appeared on our plane or they have always been here?
That I can't say. Their attitude has come and gone a lot, but the
Hmm.
most recent lot, I mean, it looks like there was a tribe of humans in the 15, 16, 1700s that were giants.
Hmm.
Giants as in twice as tall as us. And I've seen it from the old paintings of places that are still exist today. I mean, you can see the difference in the two people. And they say that there's a lot of skeletal evidence, although there's been a lot of fakery going on with that.
Hmm.
And whether they brought us, it looks to me like certain races have been brought in from continents beyond Antarctica on the level ocean.
Hmm.
I've seen shipping going up and down through. I've put it up on my channel. Ships hundreds of miles into the ice of Antarctica that shouldn't be there,
Hmm.
registered in places controlled by the Chinese and the Russians.
Hmm.
I've seen the Air Force general stand up and say that there was a continent beyond Antarctica 3 times the size of Africa, and it was full of minerals. And these ships, when you click on them, are almost 700 meters long and almost 100 meters wide. And when you go looking for the largest ship in the world, it's only 400 meters long.
Hmm.
So I don't know where these ships are from. I don't know what they're carrying. But like the history of China, Chinese people have only appeared there in their history in the past couple of 100 years. I've got a large archive here of Japanese emperors who are all Caucasian.
Caucasian, exactly. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you
Right?
point that out because I'm well aware of that, man.
Chinese mummies that are all Caucasian.
Exactly. One very noticeable one was the one in Chai, and it's probably heard of it. They found. I actually had a piece of video on this too. They found this mummy that's thousands of years old in the middle of China in Chai, man, which was a white mummy, man.
Yeah. And uh, the the Chinese race, may very well have been brought in here. Uh, us white people might very well have been brought in here.
Hmm.
Black people as well might very well have been brought in here. But then, again, getting back to modern history, I think everything's back to front. There are tribes in the Americas that speak Welsh.
Hmm.
So I think the Welsh came from America across the ocean, the opposite way of what they told us about the Welsh going over and
Mm.
conquering America.
Hmm.
And there's a billions more people in fucking South America that speak Spanish than they do in Spain. Same with Portuguese.
Good point.
I found old maps that says France, New France, all across America, while this place was called Gal, and
Hmm.
only 2% of the people spoke French. So mishmashing and mixing races, destroying the world. Like there's evidence that you can see with your own eyes looking at the ground that the world has been destroyed by some type of weapon of mass destruction.
Hmm.
So how do you repopulate, and where do you get the people from?
Hmm. I wanted to ask you before we dive deeper into that. I hope you still have a little time. Do you still have a little time?
I do, yeah. I'm just going to
What
walk upstairs here and
What do you
feed the
think?
cat.
What do you think about the the population of China, since you touched on China, do you really think that the population is well over 1 billion people?
They say, but like they're trying to tell us the world is overpopulated while
Exactly.
it's not.
It's not at all. The reason I ask is because I don't see how that's possibly sustainable to have, a 1.5 billion people. First of all, because we don't see no evidence of that many cemeteries in China. And let's say they were cremating them, then how would you understand? Like, I don't see how that's plausible. I don't see how that's sustainable.
Well, look, see all those cities that they built that are empty.
Empty cities, also, exactly.
So I thought that they were going to try and repopulate those cities from their own same race that speak their own language and use their same writing from a continents beyond on these ships that are nearly a kilometer long. And they were going to repopulate those cities with people who would just come in and be automatically Chinese, know the language, know the customs,
Hmm.
and something stopped them.